ओम श्री गणेशाय नमः। श्री सरस्वत्यै नमः। श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। ओम समस्त जन कल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम्। ओम सहना भवतु सहनो भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ओम शांति शांति शांति। हरि ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरि। Now we are seeing the meditation of the students, the seekers of Brahma Vidya, and they meditated upon Brahman as the very substratum of this whole creation and what all things that constitute this samsara, and we are seeing the metaphor. So it is imagined as a wheel of a chariot you call a vehicle, and then various aspects we have seen, and now we have to see 6 sets of 8 factors. Okay? Now first is Prakriti Ashtakam, and there are 8 factors of Prakriti, and that is 5 elements: space, air, fire, water, earth, mana, buddhi, ahankar. You know that Ashtadha Prakriti you have seen in Bhagavad Gita, Bhumirapo nalo vayu kham manor buddhirevacha ahankara iti yamme bhinna prakriti ashtadha. That is the Ashtadha Prakriti. That is one set of 8 things. Second set of 8 things is Dhatu Ashtakam. Dhatu, that is the ingredients that make our body. You know, the outer skin, inner skin, charma, that is called. And therefore, thereafterwards, you know, what we call blood, flesh, fat, bones, marrow, and virya, the semen. That's all 8, I think. Sometimes they say Sapta Dhatu. When the inner outer skin is taken as 1, then it's called 7 dhatus, otherwise called 8. Dhatu they are called because dharana, because they are only sustaining our body, therefore called dhatu. The Dhatu Ashtakam. Third set is Ashta Siddhis. Oh, these are Ashta Siddhis of yoga, you know. Anima, Mahima, Garima, Laghima, Prapti, Prakamya, and then Ishitva and Vashitva. Now you see the Anima, the ability to become subtle like an atom. Mahima is to become huge like a mountain. And then Garima to become very heavy. Laghima to become very light. Very light. Prapti, to reach any place without free or passport, visa, and all that. Now, although the Rishi Munis, they had these kind of siddhis. Prapti also means sitting at one place, you can see whatever happening far off, without television, without any other thing. Like a Divya Drishti that we hear, Bhagavan Vedvyas gave to Sanjay, and Bhagavan Shri Krishna gave to Arjuna. That is called Prapti, Divya Drishti. Then Prakamya, assuming any form as you like. And then Ishitvam. Ishitvam, Prakamya sometimes called Prakasha also, shining body. So even if they go to a dark room, their body itself emits light. That's why they could not hide anything from Lord Krishna, you know. Somebody said the Krishna was stealing butter, so they came to Yashoda. Yashoda said, you should keep that butter in dark room. That's right. But when he enters, there is light only. Prakash, the prakash only. Swangam artha pradipaha, Bhagavan said. And then prakame, you can assume any form. Ishitvam, the ability to rule over the forces of nature. Forces of nature. That's called Ishitvam. Vashitvam, to ability to control and influence people, you know. So then when you start looking at it, and then whatever you want that person to do, is that person will do. Just follow me, he will start following you. Sometimes it's all a kind of hypnotism also. That also a part of Vashikaranam. These are 8 siddhis. And when you read Hanuman Chalisa, Hanumanji had all these. And the Ashta Siddhi Navanidhike Data, Asavardeen Janaki Mata, Sukshma Rupadhari Siyehi Dikhawa, Bikatu Rupadhari Lanka Janawa. So Hanumanji had all these siddhis. They call Ashta Siddhi. Then Bhava Ashtakam. This is the 4th one. Bhava Ashtakam is 4 virtues and the opposite of them. The vices also, they go with that. Like for dharma, righteousness, the opposite of is unrighteousness. Jnana, knowledge, opposite of that is ajnanam. Dharma, jnana. Vairagya, dispassion. Opposite of dispassion, passion, indulgence. Aishwaryam, lordship. And opposite is anaishwaryam, no lordship at all. One person in Punjab had a house, and then he wrote there, Lord Jarnail Singh. So somebody asked, so how do you become Lord? Because in British time they used to give sometimes some titles. So you got any title like that? He said, no, before partition, we were landlords in Pakistan. Now land is there, Lord is here. So it is only namesake, So, anaishwaryam, aishwaryam nasti. So, opposite of that. So these are 8. Bhava Ashtakam it is called. Then Ashtadeva. Ashtadevtas are also, they are called, they are Prajapati, then Devata, Indra, the Devatas, then Gandharvas, the celestial musician, Yaksha, they are called the custodians of wealth, like Kuberas, then Rakshasas, demons, Pitrus, ancestors, and Pishacha, this is ghost adi, there are so many different yonis. So of them, some fall in the Sattvic category, some fall in Rajasic category, and the others are Tamasic category. You see, when we talk that the creation, or we call the samsara mandalam, all of that, what is samsara? All this what we are enumerating, everything is in this samsara. Virtues are there, vices are there, all these things are there. Without that, the world cannot move also, Even a simple movie cannot move without a villain. Khalnayak is required, otherwise the story will not move. A man saw the woman, they fell in love, and they got married. Ab story kya aage badhegi? But if somebody has to create obstacle, this, that. The whole world is constituted of all that in this world is going on. And then Guna Ashtakam. Guna Ashtakam means these virtues, 8 noble qualities, like what? Daya, Kshama, Anasuya. Anasuya means not finding faults with anyone. That's called Anasuya. And opposite is that Asuya. Asuya means finding faults with good things also. That is what is the nature is called Asuya. Guneshu dosh darshanam. Somebody says, the Swamiji has come all the way from India, and then you must listen to. He doesn't have any other job. What else? No, you should listen to him. No, he took sannyas very early age because he could not get married. That's all. So you point out any kind of virtue, anything, he will point out only something. That's called Asuya. Anasuya means not finding faults. So then, and then Shaucham is purity. Then Anayas. Anayas means effortlessness, vitality, spontaneity, to the ability to do things so easily, you know, that not so much struggle all the time. Then, akarpanyam. Akarpanyam is non-pitiability. Others say, what a pitiable, when you see Garib Bichara, Pavam, that's what they say in Tamil. Bichara, Dayaniya Sthiti. Akarpanyam means generosity. There is no need of showing any kind of pity and all that. So, generosity. And aspruha. Aspruha means non-craving for pleasures. All the time, I want this, there is no such thing. And mangalam, auspiciousness. All these are great siddhis. Now, we are seeing one rim, that is Brahman. 3 tires, and we saw 16 extremities. Oh, and what I call so many spokes were there. How many? 50 spokes were there. And 20, what to call, so many things were there. 50, 20, nothing less than that. And then 6 sets of 8 factors. And then 1 cord, ekapasha vishwarupa. And that 1 cord is called desire. And that desire is such manifold. And actually what is keeping us in this samsara is only the desire. If desire is not there, what is there? Now that desire can be sattvic, noble desire, it can be rajasic, of indulgent nature, it can be tamasic. And then because that desire, repeated janam, maran, all that takes place because desire. We like to do that, and again we want it, again. Then 3 paths, 3 marga, edam. What are the 3 marga? One is dharma marga, righteous path. The other is unrighteous path. And third is jnana marga, the spiritual path. That's how the people follow. So some people follow righteous path, virtuous path. Some people, just the opposite. And third people are there who follow the spiritual path, jnana marga. So this in samsara, that's why all types of people are there at all times, at all places. Even a small village you go, where the population may be only 25, there also you will find some people. Some will be rajasic, sattvic, tamasic and all that. Apne aap. Any congregation you go there also suddenly groups are formed also there. It may not be the unrighteous only, but some people, indulgent, some people, practicing little control and all that. Every type of people are there. And last was the one cause which creates duality. And that one cause is called moha, dvinimittaika moha. One delusion. And what is this 2? 2 can be, papa, punya, the merits and sins. And merits and sin, the result of merit will be happiness, result of sin will be sorrow. That's the joy, sorrow, that all happens. This is one metaphor. So you'll find all things are included in this gross, subtle, all forms are there and their different manifestations. This is what is called in the Bhagavad Gita, called kshetra. In Samasena, there Bhagavan has said Samasena. In brief only I will tell you what constitutes field of samsara. And here it is Vistar. The variety, countless variety. Now, this same thought, but expressed in different language, different metaphor. And that is of a river. River, it is looked upon as river. Samsara Nadi. Now let us see that mantra number 5. Panchasrotombum Panchayoni Ugravakram Panchapranormim Panchabuddhyadi Moolam पंचावर्ताम पंच दुखौघ वेगाम पंचाशद भेदाम पंच पर्वाम अधीमः. This adhimaha is a verb which goes with the earlier mantra also. So adhimaha means we think of, we meditate, we think of that cause called Brahman, which has got that Daivi Shakti, what is called Prakriti, Avyakta, Maya, Trigunatmika, through which Brahman becomes the cause of this whole world. We meditate on that. And what is this world constituted is a big river, big river. Huge, not ordinary, just flow like that. Vast, long, deep, this is the nadi is there. And what is called Pancha Srotombum. Pancha, 5. Everything is Pancha here pointed out. Pancha Srota, 5 streams. Panchaswata means the water, there are many streams coming here in this samsara nadi. And these panchas are our 5 sense organs. And through 5 sense organs, the 5 sense objects enter. A flow is going on. So I see, the ears hear, nose smell, tongue taste, and organ of touch, touches. And then what is happening? All the sense objects are entering here. The waters of sense objects entering through the streams of this what I call sense organs. And our mind is filled with impressions of all these objects. So one is the impression. Thereafterwards, rag, dvesh. That's what it is said next is Pancha Yoni Ugra Vakram. Pancha 5 Yoni causes Ugra Vakram, and terrible bends that are there in this river. And these Pancha causes are nothing but the elements, 5 elements, space, air, fire, water, earth, then gross and subtle form, and they only manifest in the form of sense organs, and they only manifest as sense object. And then what happens? It is not that only we just see something, this is this. No. Likes, dislikes are created. Then desire. And that desire also becomes irresistible. Ugra Vakram, very, very crooked bends are there in this river, And what are that? They are not very straight then. I see this, okay, this is it. It's not that simple. And the Gita says, Indriyasya arthe raga dvesho vyavasthitau. There likes and dislikes are there in our mind for all these objects what we see. Then objects may be things and beings and places and events and experiences and whatnot. They create lust and desire, anger, jealousy, so many things they create. Pancha prana urmi. Urmi means waves. And the waves also arise there in this river, and they are called pancha prana. Prana, apana, vyana, udana, samana. These are all our physiological functions. And do you know, somebody will say, only why the pancha pranas are called urmis, like, because of these pancha pranas functions, physiological functions, we have got hunger, we have got thirst. And do you know, when hunger and thirst comes, you can't think of anything else. Hunger. And one is hunger and thirst. That is there for the food and drinks and all that. But then there are different hungers, hunger and thirst for pleasure, for so many kinds of power. Different hungers and thirst also they rise. Because once his stomach is full, then so many other thoughts also start coming, When you are starving, at that time only may think only of food. But once the food and all that is given, then kya urmiya aayegi, we do not know then. There is no need of description because we directly can experience all that, Those so many ripples and waves and all of them, they start rising. Panchabuddhyadi Moolam. And Moola means the source. And Buddhi, that is your mind or intellect together only it is called. So that 5 sense organs are there. And the Moola, the one thing that is connected with all of them, that's called mind. And that is one source which throws up many projections, and there afterwards mind is preoccupied with so many desires and all that. Pancha Avartan. And there are whirlpools are also there. And whirlpool, if somebody gets caught in the whirlpool, where it was, suddenly it will go there, we do not know. And what happens as the sense objects enter through our sense organs, and the mind also gets fascinated, tempted, and all that, there afterward, the man falls prey to that temptation then. However strong person, maybe intelligent person otherwise, or it can be a great ascetic also, or financially, politically powerful also, in the high places and all that, but everything is gone because the temptation is too much. That's called the bhavar mein phas gaya. In that whirlpool that's caught. Pancha dukkhoga vegam. Now, pancha dukkhoga vegam. Now, these 5 kinds of sorrows that are associated with our physical existence, One is asti. We are in the mother's womb. And I don't think it is a very comfortable place or anything. I don't know how it is. I can't remember now. The mother's womb, the fetus is growing. Thereafter, jayate, born. And no baby comes out laughing or anything, crying only, crying. So then the crying, that is the inauguration. What is to follow now? So then this is called jayate, born. The delivery, birth pain also, they are not simple, Jayate. Then vardhate, the growing pains. There are growing pains are also there. The baby growing, and everybody says, how baby so happy, the baby, what a baby sorrow, only baby knows. Because the skin is so soft, delicate, and so many ants are coming and stinging, and only bichara kuch kar nahi sakta, hunger, thirst, that, growing. Vardhate, then slowly becomes a young man. And you think that young man means all your worries are. All these parents, when the child is born, they think, baby, when the baby grows, then I will be little free. Do you think that will become free? No. Then only then when it grows, there's some other thing. Now when he becomes a young man, then I will be free. More worry. But every parent is asking how to, please tell us about parenting and teenagers, how to deal with them. We don't understand. The definition of teenager is he who stops asking from where he came and refuses to tell you where he is going. That is called teenager. We don't know where that. So therefore, asti, jayate, vardhate, then apakshiyate. Apakshiyate, that is slowly start becoming old. The graph goes down. Old age. In young age, we never understand what is the problem of the old age. But when it actually start coming, then, and then vinash, the time of death that comes, the fear. These are all vega. The current is that is very, some rivers and the current is so strong that person is swept away. These are also like that. Then Panchashad Bhedam, and then there are so many divisions, what's called of distinction of 50. Now that 50 already enumerated, don't ask me now again. Panchashad Bhedam, already 50, already enumerated. Panchashad. And then Panchaparva. And the Panchaparva means some rivers are seen to branch out in many different ways. And in the Yoga Shastra, these Pancha are called, one is called Avidya. Avidya means ignorance. Asmita, from Avidya arises I, that I sense arises. Then from that, Raga, Dvesha, like, dislike, fourth. And then fifth is Abhinivesh, fear of death. All these things are there which constitute the whole world. So what was earlier pointed out as a wheel, the same thing is said differently and told as a river. Okay? So the idea here is, they were contemplating as to what is the cause of this world. Then what they found, if you look at Brahman as Brahman alone, they know that is avikarya, so how can it be the cause? Then various factors which constitute this world, then individually if you look at them, they cannot be the cause. And collectively also they cannot be the cause. So through meditation, what they found, that this infinite reality has got inherent, inexplicable power. And that power is called Maya Shakti. So many different names are there. And so then this Maya Shakti presided over by Brahman, and that becomes the cause of this whole world. But that Brahman alone is the support of everything. And through these Maya modifications, all these elements and the upadhi, the sense organ. So on one hand, all the equipment are also produced. Then through these equipment, whatever the world of objects, that also is produced. Then when we contact them, then different experiences they arise. And then good, bad, the variety of them, they all constitute this world. And in this world, the jiva is roaming about. About that samsara, in this samsara, how the jiva is roaming about, and that is indicated, how that he gets bound and then how he is liberated. That is said in the one shloka, then little more about that. Now the topic begins. Now 50, 20, 16 are over. Okay? And now you can again go through it, and then I tell you, in our life we can experience all of them. All these which are pointed out here, everything can be experienced. In a smaller measure, bigger measure, and all that. Nobody is free from all these things. Now, sixth mantra. Sarva jive sarva samsthe bruhante. Asmin hamso bhramyate brahmachakre. Pruthak atmanam preritaram chamatva. Jushtas tatastenam mrtatvameti. Now, sarva jive sarva samsthe bruhante asmin hamso bhramyate brahmachakre. Asmin, in this. Bruhante, vast, big, great, huge, whatever you call. Brahmachakre. Brahmachakra in the wheel of Brahman. No, there are called giant wheels, giant wheel. Small wheel there, giant wheel also there. And the roller coaster ride also there. Variety of rides are there. So now here it is said, Asmin Bruhante Brahmachakre, in this huge giant Brahmachakra. And what is this Brahmachakra? Sarva Jive, where all jivas exist. All jivas, not only human beings, all there 84 lakhs of yonis are there. And in that every yonis are how many jivas are there. All these jivas. So there are countless worlds are there. And in these countless worlds there are countless jivas are there. All these jivas, they reside, exist in this Brahmachakra. Sarva Samsthe. And their final destination also is this only. And Asmin Hamsaha Brahmyate. Hamsaha with the jiva roams about. So this, let us say one jiva. This jiva is roaming about in this chakra. So it is existing here, roaming here, and then merges here. This jiva goes on. Hamsaha. You know, the Hamsa is a swan bird, also is called Hamsa. But in Sanskrit, etymologically, Hamsa means Hanti Gacchati iti Hamsaha. In Kathovishat, beautiful mantra, Hamsa Shuchishat, Vasurantarksha Hota Vedishat, Atithir Durona Sat. That is a beautiful mantra. Hamsa, that is different way that is pointed out. But Hamsa means that which goes, walks, moves. So they are called Hamsaha. So we all are Hamsa. The Hamsa word is used for the swan bird also. Hamsa word is used for the sun, S-U-N. That sun also, because it moves, we see that from eastern horizon to western it goes. So Hamsa is Surya also. One sannyas order, sannyasi also is called Hamsa, Paramahamsa, because they have understood, realized the Paramatma. So Hamsa is Paramatma also, and Hamsa is the Jiva also. Here this word is used in the meaning of Jiva. All of us are Jivas only roaming about in this. Sarva Jive Sarva Samsthe Bruhante Asmin Hamso Brahmyate Brahmachakre. And why does he roam about? When his roaming about will end. Don't say when chakra stops. Chakra will go on. But you can stop. Like roller coaster ride will go on. But when you have one round, you come out and they say Namaste. I don't want any more. So then you are free. No, but I like it very much, So again stand 10 in the line. Again you go there. And why this happens? Why it is roaming about, wandering? Because Pruthak Atmanam Preritaram Cha Matva. Matva means thinking. Atmanam Pruthak. Consider himself as different from the great motivator, Preritaram, the one Brahman with Maya Shakti, the Ishvara, who is the motivator, propeller of this chakra. So then, it is that I am a Jiva, that is Ishvara. So when you see that difference, so then you become so small. Right? So considering himself or herself only a finite Jiva, different from that great Ishvara, this Jiva goes on and on and on and on. Now the question is, when he will be free? When he will be liberated? So briefly it is said, Jushtaha tataha tena amrutatvameti. Yada, when this Jiva starts worshipping that Lord. There are many Jivas who do not accept the very existence of God also. So which God? What God? तो थोड़ी बाद में अकल आती है. So slowly they wake up and I think there must be. But I have not made up my mind it is there or not. But then comes this stage, hi, so there he is. There is no, there must be, there is, you feel like. But if you know that there is, then why don't you worship? Abhi se kya jaldi hai? Why got to the hurry and all that? No, I am only 70-year-old now. Abhi se? So now only? So they, after we said, no, I must do something now. You know what happens at the young age or some particular age, we don't care for all these things and all that. Then later on, suddenly we listen to all this knowledge. Why didn't I listen this earlier? Earlier, how many times we called you? You didn't answer our phone only. That's Then slowly feels, no, now I must do some puja, I must do japa, I would do different things, different ways. You start worshipping the Lord. Then what happens? Tataha, thereafter, God's grace descends on you. See, even though here it is only just little said, Jushchas tatas tena amrutattvameti. But there is a lot. First he's a non-believer, then he becomes a believer, then he starts worshipping, and an aneka janma, then slowly the punyas are gathered. God's grace also comes to him. Then the person meets a guru, then that guru gives that knowledge. Tataha, then he realizes, oh, I am not that different from that Lord. Actually, that Lord alone is my source. Without that, I don't even exist. And when that knowledge takes place, amrutatvam eti, that jiva attains immortality. That means freedom from fear of death. All the fear and everything goes away. And then realizes, oh, I am that immortal self. Now what is said here briefly, that will be elaborated upon in the following mantras. But now, you see how the thought development? In the beginning, they started thinking, what is the cause? From where we are born? By what we are living? Where we merge back? You know, all these things they were thinking of that. Then Brahman alone cannot be. Then is there all other factors? Are they? No. Then from Brahman, the Maya Shakti, then all this is coming. Oh. So, if you ask the question from where you have come, Kabir Das ji says, Amar vah desh vah jahan se aayo. Just now, you heard that song, isn't it? That immortal is that reality from where we have come. Not mother's womb. In the mother's womb, there is a particular body that is all right. But we have risen from that. And by what we are living, it is this Chaitanya Atma. Natu annena, panena, pranena. We are not living because of food and water and all that. Because if that is there, still, when the life goes away, nothing there. That life is there which is sustaining us. Chaitanya. And where we merge back, see that source from where we came, there only ultimately we can go back. When the final realization takes place. Otherwise also we can roam about only in Bhagwan only, in Parabrahma Chakra only. And it is the Lord who is the boss, who is the motivator, propeller of the whole samsara chakra. And according to the laws of karmas, that's why when we perform karma, the results come. Then according to our likes and dislikes, we feel happy, unhappy. All this vyavastha, that which is there, of this Lord only. Now, in this Upanishad, particularly you will find the glory of Ishvara is continuously brought out. In no other Upanishad will find that much, And the bhakti, the prayer that is sung to that God is so beautiful. So here is the Ishvara Vaibhavam. That is what is pointed out. Mahima, you will see. Now, what is so said earlier, now more elaboration will be there in following mantras. Udgitame tat paramam tu brahma tasmin strayam supratishthaksharam cha atrantaram brahma vido viditva लीना ब्रह्मणि तत्परा योनि मुक्ता Udgitam etat. Etat, this Udgitam has been proclaimed, has been announced, has been sung. Oh, in the Vedas, Shastras, all this is very well proclaimed. What is that? Paramam tu Brahma. That there is this Brahman, which is Paramam. Paramam means not conditioned, limited by any factor of time, space, causation, objects. That is called limitless, absolute limitless. Paramam. It is not that at one time it was not there, then it came into existence, then it will disappear. The time-wise limitation is not there. It is not limited by space, that it is at one place, then it is not at another place. Spatial limitation is not there. And object-wise limitation also not there, because it alone manifests in the form of all objects. So how can there be limitation from all objects? Just as the ocean alone appears in all wave forms. So those waves cannot be different from that ocean, and the waves cannot create any limitation to that ocean. So Desha Paricheda, Vastu Paricheda, Kala Paricheda is not there. No limitation of time, space, object. That is Paramam Brahma. Tasmin Strayam Supratishtaksharam cha. And it is imperishable. And in it, only the triad, three factors, triple factors are existing. What are the triple factors? One triple factors, one way to look at it, the experiencer, the object of experience, and the experiencing. Or we call the knower, known, knowing. Thinker, thought, thinking. This triple factor. Or waker, dreamer, deep sleeper. In which state we are now? Waking state. So now, in the waking state, and then we are called a waker. In the dream state, we are called dreamer. The deep sleep state called deep sleeper. So all these three, they exist in this Paramatma only. Because they cannot exist out of existence or out of consciousness. Udgitam etat paramam tu Brahma aksharam. Gita also says, no, aksharam Brahma paramam. So that param aksharam Brahma, that the absolute reality, and in that only the knower, known, knowing, experiencer, experiencing, or you call the waker, dreamer, sleeper, all these three, they exist in it. Now, atra antaram Brahma vido viditva. Brahma vidaha means those who are the knowers of Brahman. Atra antaram viditva, having understood the very inner core and the essence of everything. You see, when it is said, this is a book. Yes, it is a book. But what is the essence of this book? In our Vedanta Shastra, they are already pointed out. The book is a name for a particular form or object in which all the things are written, and that's what you call a book. But what is the essence of that? The essence of that is the existence. That book exists. Once somebody asked our Gurudev in our Powai ashram, there was a mango tree. So, Swamiji, what is this? He said, it is the existence perceived in this form you call mango tree. So now the mango tree is a particular name to give it to a form which has got a quality and the properties and all that. But that is not the essence. Essence is the existence. If the existence itself is not there, where is the tree? And who will ask? That's a antaram viditva. And then when you see a living being, the very essence is that Chaitanya. Otherwise it is a dead organism only. Life is gone in that. Something you say it is very beautiful. What is beautiful? You say a flower is beautiful, right? Gone. Life is... Any object, any person, any animal, bird. What is the essence? Antaram is only Chaitanya. That's why in the Upanishad, Anyontara Atma, the first is that immediately if the superficial way look at, then we think, I am this body. But they say, Anyontara Atma Pranamayaha, Anyontara Atma Manomiyaha, Anyontara Atma Vijnanamayaha, Anandamayaha, Brahma. Guhahitam Param Brahma. So that, what is the inside the body, there you will find pranas. What is still interior to prana is the mind. Still interior to mind is the intellect. And still interior to that intellect is vasana or avidya. And still interior to that is called this Brahma. Antaram viditva. But that you should not think. The body, then the prana little smaller, then mind little smaller. I think Atma must be little wee bit or something. Not like that. Already said Atma is not conditioned by time space. In that only the whole world exists. Then when those people who know this, Lina Brahmani Tatparaha, that Paramatma alone becomes the supreme thing for them, and then they merge in that. And then what happens? As a result of that, Yoni Muktaha, they become liberated from the womb. Punarapi Jananam, Punarapi Maranam, Punarapi Janani, Jatare Shayanam. Born in this body, then die, then again born in another body. And then we, as human beings, we all the time think wishfully that all the time we'll be born as human beings. But it is not true. It is not necessary, let us say. पता नहीं इसके बाद में पहले कौन से इस वूम में थे, बाद में कौन से. That's why when we see so many creatures, so many animal, birds, ये वो देख के कभी लगता है हम भी रहे होंगे. You might have been that also. And what was next also, we don't know what will happen. Better know that we are Brahman. So then there is no more of this, So Yoni Muktaha. Then they become totally liberated from Udkitame tat paramam tu brahma tasmin strayam supratishtaksharam cha atrantaram brahma vido videtva lina brahmani tat para yoni muktaha. Now, continuing, sanyuktame tat ksharamaksharam cha व्यक्ता व्यक्तं भरते विश्वमीशः अनीशश्चात्मा बध्यते भोक्तृभावात् ज्ञात्वा देवं मुच्यते सर्वपाशैः. Now, in this, again, what is the difference between the Jiva and Ishvara, that is pointed out. And where there is a oneness of them, that also is indicated. Now it is said, Sanyukta me tat ksharam aksharam cha. Sanyukta means this combination. union. Ksharam, aksharam. Ksharam means perishable. Aksharam is relatively imperishable. What is that? Vyaktam, avyaktam. What is manifested is perishable. What is not directly seen by our senses, that's called avyakta here. Bharate Vishwam Ishaha. Ishvara is that which Bharate nourishes, sustains, holds. Ishvara is one who holds the entire universe. And all that which is the combination of the perishable and imperishable, what is manifest and unmanifest, that he sustains. Now what is that? Kshara sarvani bhutani. Kutastha akshara buchyate. The Gita says. Now you see, all that which is gross, tangible, material, which is experienced by our sense organs, that is called gross sthula. And the one property of sthula is very easily appreciated by us, and that it is constantly changing and perishing. Now, if subjectively look at, our body is made up of 5 elements, and this body is subject to change. And it's constantly changing. We don't have to become big scientist or philosopher or thinker or anything like that. We just say, every other day we see somebody, kitna badal gaya. The little baby will not remain all the time little baby. So that changes. Our own body, that's called ksharam. But the jiva that is there occupying this body is aksharam. Relatively imperishable, because even when this body is dropped, that jiva remains and takes up another body. So now here is the combination. Now isn't it true that this body is seen by us? Vyaktam. Seen. The jiva is not seen at all. And particularly, death time and all that, वो कहाँ से निकल जाता है पता ही नहीं चलता. From where that jiva just goes, even though if you are just constantly watching. From which door, which gate, which... Vayur gandha nivashayat. Gita says, like the fragrance that is there in the flower, that fragrance we don't see, and the vayu, just as the breeze takes away that fragrance from one place to other. Sukshma, neither we see that breeze, nor we see that this, but it's gone. Here also the jiva avyaktam remains only. Avyaktam is not seen by our senses. Now who is combining them? And who is nourishing them? Now how this kshara, akshara, they are together. I am speaking, you are listening, and all that is going on. Really speaking, none of us can take any credit. If I say that I am only holding all this together, then they never should separate. अपने हाथ में है कुछ? And the whole universe, that Ishaha, Ishan Shila, that Lord, who is that Lord? Remember, that Chaitanya Brahma with the total Maya Shakti, that is called as Ishvara. And that Ishvara maintains this universe. Thank God that God has kept that department with himself. We all of us all the time maintenance problem is there, पता ही नहीं चलेगा वहाँ पे what happened. And here also Bharate Vishwa में we eat food and all that. Luckily that department also not given to us, digestion and all that. Others will forget. अरे ब्लड बनाना तो भूल ही गया. I forgot to make blood. So, like that, all that. Like sometimes in the kitchen it happens and all that. Everything cooked and last. Now please bring some hot rice. Rice? Oh, I forgot. Completely. Actually, I was thinking to make it fresh. Here also we'll forget. But I say Bharate Vishwam Isha, that Isha only is nourishing. Oh, Sanyuktam etat ksharam cha vyakta vyaktam Bharate Vishwam Isha Anishascha Atma Badhyate Bhoktur Bhava. And this Atma here is Jivatma. The Jivatma is what? One identified only with one body, one mind. A small is Jiva Anishaha. Anishaha means helpless. Ishaha means. No, somebody says, but my name is Anish. What a thing that I am made so helpless. But I want to tell you something. If you read Vishnu Sahasranam, then Bhagavan Vishnu's one name is also Anish. When we have the name Anish for Bhagavan, then it cannot be meaning the helpless, So there Shankaracharya Bhagavan says, Bhagavan's name Anisha means na anyaha ishaha yasya sa anishaha. Means the one who does not have another boss over him. That is called Anisha. Thank you. Now I like my name is Anish. See, if the word Anisha is used for Jiva, then it means powerless or a person with little power. But when Anish word is used for God, then it means he is all powerful, nobody is above him. Nobody is there to rule over him. Parama Swatantra na sir par koi. उनके ऊपर कौन होने वाला? पुरुषान्न परम किंचित. Now he says Anishascha Atma. That's why he says Atma here word is Jivatma. The Jivatma is of little power. Badhyate becomes bound. Bhoktur Bhavat. Actually there is no need for it to become bound. But Bhoktur Bhavat. But because of the sense of enjoyership, experience, I am a doer and I am an enjoyer. Because all the time, Kurvate karma bhogaya karma kartum cha bhunjate. This jiva is that all the time doing something. Why are you doing something? To enjoy the result. And why are you enjoying the result? Again to do the same thing. And what's going on? Doing for enjoying, enjoying for doing for enjoying, enjoying for doing. But this jiva, Jnatva devam muchyate sarva pashaihi. Devam jnatva, but when he knows the Chaitanya Brahma, that actually is my essence. My real essence is not the body or the mind or not the doership or enjoyership. But I am that Paramatma. Then muchyate sarva pashaihi. And then this jiva becomes totally liberated from all ties, all bondages. Now, briefly I will tell you something and then we'll complete our today's topic here because we started 10 minutes late. So the first still 5 minutes are there, so on. When we take up the study of any grantha, there are some few factors we have to know. That's a technical language called as Anubandha Chatushtayam. The 4 factors, introductory factors to know about the study of the scripture. Now here one is, what is the Vishaya? What is the subject matter of this Upanishad? Now here you will find 2-3 times it has come that Brahma Jnanam and Jnatva Devam. So we have to know ourselves to that Brahman means knowledge of Brahman as one's own self this Brahma Vidya is called, this is the subject matter of Shvetashvatara Upanishad. And who is a fit student for this? Called Brahma Vidaha. That word 2-3 times it has come. Brahma Vidaha means those who are the serious seekers of this knowledge. Now they are no more interested in worldly understanding, what is this, what is that about this world. Whether it is politics or economics or the science or arts of this world. No. I want to know what is the very essence of this world. Such seekers, they are called adhikari. So word Brahma Vida indicates the adhikari, the qualified student. Then the third factor is, what is the result you will get? It was a yoni muktaha. They become free from the wombs. That is samsara chakra mukti. Then muchyate sarva pashaihi. Again here the phala is pointed out that by this knowledge you get liberation from all bondages. Now the last factor is, what is the relationship? It's called sambandha. Relationship between this knowledge and the result. See, there are different kinds of knowledge. The knowledge itself doesn't give us result, but we have to do lot of things afterwards. Then you will get the result. A typical example, they say, if you perform this ritual, you will go to heaven. But only knowing that, so that knowledge will not take you to heaven, but it may motivate you only to do that. So that knowledge is called only a motivator. You may do it, you may not do it and all that. But when here it is said that Brahman is your own nature, this knowledge is not a motivator, but it is a revealer of the truth which is already there. So therefore, the relationship between this knowledge and the gain is of the revealer and revealed. This knowledge only tells you are already that. You are complete. This is called sambandha. Revealer and revealed. All these things are pointed out. See, jnatva devam muchyate. Here it is said, when you know it, you are liberated. It is not after knowing you have to do this, and there afterwards you will get. No. Whatever you have to do, that before knowledge you have to prepare and all that. But when you know it, you gain it. Anubandha Chatushtayam. Sanyuktame tat ksharam aksharam cha vyakta vyaktam bharate vishvam ishaha anishascha atma badhyate bhoktrubhavat jnatva devam muchyate sarva pashaihi. With this, we conclude our this session, and tomorrow we'll move forward. My required run rate is increasing, but but we'll make it. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha.